Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Fraud Roundup with Sheriff White, a moron. Want to welcome you back. Help my channel continue to shrink by watching my videos, sharing my videos, commenting on my videos. Turn on all the notifications. Take that there like button, like it, dislike it. Write an unauthorized biography of its life titled The Like Button. My life is a like button in a dislike button's body. So today I'm taking another look at this guy. Goes by the name Wanda Mise. I haven't covered him in a while, but stumbled upon this video. Found pretty interesting. So he moseys into the Plainfield Police Department and by some dumb luck gets a meeting with the police chief. Now he don't like a new law that they implemented. Instead of having a honest exchange of ideas and debate, he quickly devolves into what he does best, just turning to a vulgar jerk. Oh, and by the way, if you want to piss off Chris Ryder, a.k.a. For Public Safety, show him this video. Wanda drags his knuckles in the office and somehow gets a meeting with the police chief. Meanwhile, Chris Ryder tries to bull his way through the door, can't even get FaceTime with Yolanda. But anyway, back to Wanda, and let's round us up a frauditor.
Going to see if we can talk to the chief, see why he supported the 25-foot rule so much.
So what the moron here is talking about is a new Indiana law that states you got to stay 25 feet away from police while they're conducting a stop or stopping somebody in the streets. And you know, I'm not sure I support that myself. I think that's a little bit too far. For context, that's just one step behind an NBA three-pointer. So you may not be able to hear everything. So unless your ears are as good as Steph Curry's shot, you might miss something. But maybe this is also just a consequence of the frauditors. First, the price of FOIA requests go up. Now, you got to stand further back away from the police. You know, I think 10 feet is fine, just as long as you're not behind the police where they can't see you, or shouting counter instructions like a damn hyena. Oh, dear Lord, what does the sign say? No recording. What does the idiot do? Walks right in recording.
How you doing? Is the chief busy?
I'm not sure, sir. I'd have to call his office. Now tell him who's asking.
A concerned citizen. I've been seeing some stuff about the chief. I mean, he's a strong supporter of the 25-foot rule. And then there's some issues. I saw Officer Murray on a YouTube video the other day, basically stalking a citizen, following him around for like 25 minutes. So I figured I'd come down here and maybe the chief can tell me what's going on with the Plainfield Police Department, why they're stalking the citizens, and why he's such a strong supporter of the 25-foot rule, which that 25-foot rule clearly violates the Constitution.
I'm going to need you to expand on that.
I mean, that's exactly why the ACLU picked up on that case and is fighting that 25-foot rule in Indiana.
Okay.
I mean, if it wouldn't have been for people recording, you know, George Floyd, you know, and the others that got beat by the officers, then nothing would ever got done to the officers in regards to those situations.
Okay.
So, I mean, as much as the police watch us, we got to watch the police too, wouldn't you think? So I don't understand this 25-foot rule, keeping the people back away from what's going on. I mean, all of us clearly know that officers violate the people's rights daily. And the majority of the officers don't even understand the law. So that's a big problem, right?
Yeah. Well, the politicians in charge approved that.
Well, I mean, we're going to get there, but, you know, us citizens, we have to start at the bottom, unfortunately, right?
Son, You got to climb a few flights of stairs to get to the bottom.
Well, let me go to my desk and call his office.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Sir?
Yeah.
The chief is on a phone call at the moment. He said he can be out soon, but I don't have the time of when that'll be.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can leave your information and, or I can give you his phone number and you can set up an appointment.
I don't want to do that. Can I get a public record request for him?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Dear Santa, I've been a good boy this year. I'd like a new pony, a train set, a BB gun, and maybe a new bicycle. And also for the police to quit hassling me just because I like walking the dog around the block in the nude. Signed, Wanda Mise.
Public records request. Handwriting's pretty sloppy, but it is what it is. Could I get a stamped copy of this?
Yes.
Last time I submitted one of those, nobody ever replied to it. You guys know it's a violation of the Indiana APRA law not to respond to the public
Okay, I
record
believe
request.
the reason was because it wasn't signed by you.
Well, I mean, we can do it anonymously. We can submit the public record request anonymously. You know, somebody submitted something on a police officer, they wouldn't want their name and stuff on there because they'd be afraid of retaliation. Pretty sad that they had to add that in there.
How's it going?
All right, how you doing? You the chief?
I am.
Yeah, so my name is Bobby.
Bobby, nice to meet you. I'm Kyle.
So I saw you on the news promoting that the 25-foot rule.
Sure.
I mean, why? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm not sure what part of it doesn't make sense to you. Can you answer that?
I mean, 25 foot.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, nobody that videos the police are ever in the police's way. They're always out of the way.
It's not necessarily in concern about the people that are videoing.
Yeah, but the people have to be close enough to see that the officers are doing the job properly, not violating people's rights.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you can't do that from 25 feet?
Well, no, you can't hear what's being said, can
Why
you?
not?
From 25 feet? I mean, if there's traffic and everything else? I mean, we
25
know
feet
that
is a safety buffer
safety for who? The officers?
for everybody involved.
But the people being pulled over, I mean, it would be for their safety to have somebody on the outside watching, wouldn't it?
How you figure?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Sheriff Moron does not abide. Listen, I hate to be on the side of Wanda Mise. When I'm calling balls and strikes here, ain't nothing wrong with watching the cops. I think if you do it right, you do it respectfully, at a safe distance, keeps everybody a little bit safer. But what might be happening here is maybe this chief is already aware of Wanda Mise and just clowning him. I don't know.
Because, I mean, officers don't always do the right thing, do
Neither do citizens, do they?
they? Yeah, but not all citizens are guilty, though, right?
Neither are all police officers.
Okay, so what's the big deal about the 25 foot?
The 25 foot is physical safety. That's the issue.
I know.
It's not to worry about recording, just like you are now. I am too.
Yeah, I mean, I expect
Same as
that.
the officers.
Yeah, I mean, I expect that, but I mean, the whole thing about the 25-foot rule, it violates the Constitution.
Look, I just got one thing to say to that. Bitch, please! Today's Frauded Roundup, Bitch Please, is brought to you by the Marlboro Tobacco Company. Want to get your kids started right on that healthy 40-year life by introducing them to Marlboros right away. That's right. They're your kids, you made those lungs, treat them right. Compromise elsewhere. The Marlboro Tobacco Company. The 25-foot rule violates the Constitution. Bitch, please! Nowhere in the Constitution does it have limits on how close you can be to the police when they're at a stop. Come on now.
So, because we got the right to video the officers in the
That's
course
in
of
the
their duty.
Constitution?
Yeah,
Where?
it's already been ruled in Supreme Court.
That's Constitution.
Well, I mean, it's through
It's not
Supreme Court. So it's already been ruled that we have every right to video the police.
From 25 feet, that's
No, they already tried. They tried it in Arizona.
See, and here's the thing that you need to understand is my role as a police chief is to advocate for things that make my officers more safe and the community more safe. It is my opinion that giving people a 25-foot buffer not only provides more privacy for those interactions, because there are times where people will come up to a scene and say, why are you talking to them? What's going on? And we're having a private conversation. This is now a victim that the officer's speaking to, right? Can you agree with that?
I mean, yeah, I can
There are
understand what
those
you're saying, but
circumstances. Now there are other times where this person is, having maybe a break with reality a little bit. They're having a mental episode, and the officer's trying to calm them down. Somebody else comes up and starts. Now it's distraction. Now that things are escalating, right? Well, we're trying to calm things. Can you agree with that?
well, no, I can't agree with that because
You can't?
no, because I've seen people who video officers when there's a situation
Let's take
like
the
that.
video thing out of this.
Well,
Let's
I'm just
say
saying.
a person approaching a scene, right? It doesn't matter to me if they're recording it or not.
But
If
the
they are
recording is
coming
the
up,
big problem.
The officer is trying to calm the scene down, and somebody else comes up and antagonizes.
Nobody I've never seen it. I've been watching these audits for 4 years.
I'm not talking about auditors.
I
I'm
am.
talking about people.
I'm talking about, I've
Auditors
seen
are
these
people,
audits.
correct?
Yeah, we're people, but I've been watching audits for 4 years. I've never seen an auditor antagonize or pick on any.
I am calling a huge BS on that.
You're not watching very many of those to begin with.
Well, I mean, you guys say that we're antagonizing when somebody comes up and harasses us. That's us antagonizing them. If they come up and they start the
You
interactions
asked
and
me
we
about
started it,
25-foot rule, right?
the 25-foot rule is unconstitutional.
It is not my job to
I mean, our
determine what
forefathers-
is and is not. My job is to enforce the laws that are passed
Your
by
job
the
is to keep your opinion out of it and follow the law. Yeah.
Okay.
On
is
duty,
that the law?
on duty, you don't have an opinion.
Is that the law?
I don't care about the law.
You just said
Your
it's my
opinion,
job to follow the law.
your opinion doesn't
And now
matter.
You don't care about the law.
Your opinion and feelings, you leave that out. That has nothing to do with law. And you want
It
to
is
put
the
your
law of the
opinion
state of
in.
Indiana right
It's a
now.
jackass opinion is what it is. It's to protect your thugs. What
entitled
about
to your
Murray?
opinions?
Did you address Murray and his conduct? Stalking somebody for 25 minutes?
On public roadways?
It doesn't matter. Stalk it.
Public roadways.
No, you guys are road
Who does that
pirates.
belong to?
You guys, you know what? The statues are like this big, right? The statues go all the way around to this, and this little portion right here, that's the actual law. You guys are enforcing these unlawful statues to extort us for our money. That's what you guys do. You're extortionists, yeah.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
And now you want to enforce this 25-foot rule? You guys are going to get sued over that multiple times.
It's state
And
law.
I can't wait. It ain't state law, it's bullshit. That's exactly what it is. It is bull. ACLU's fighting it. You guys are going to lose. And I'm going to be all over Plainfield PD. Every stop, everywhere, I'm going to be all over you guys.
And you better stay 25 feet away.
You stupid.
You know what I'm going to say about your 25 foot? Is that 25 foot away? Fuck you and your 25 foot, you piece of shit.
Have a great day.
Yeah, fuck you. That's exactly why the people can't stand you guys. You guys are pieces of shit. You're extortionists, you're criminals and extortionists. Your officers are stalking law-abiding citizens. You don't want to do anything about it. You don't want to check their attitude or nothing. You're a disgusting piece of shit. I'm going to start going to the board meetings. I'm going to get your dumb bald ass out, you piece of shit. Yeah, fuck you.
And there he goes, the elusive Wanda Squatch. Oh, Wanda Squatch, what adventures are in your future? Anyway, that's enough for that guy. He's got a shot with a police chief, and he acts up a damn fool, reminding people his opinions don't mean nothing. He's just gutter trash. Well, I can tell by that sundial it's time to say goodnight. Put little beans on the fire, little mint julep on ice. And as always, cuddle up with a clean shirt and a dirty woman. Anyway, good night. I bid you adieu.